Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to Tommy and Indiana. I'm your host, Tommy Cunningham. In today's video, what I would like to talk to you guys a little bit about. In today's video, I would like to give you guys a couple tips if you guys are ever, and I mean ever, planning to listen to a radio system that is DMR and P25. What are my tips for you guys to use like a radio system like that? So I hope you guys are ready for this one because I am. Let's get this video started. So first tip is making sure that your areas are into the know for what's going on. So whenever I say that, it's going to be a couple times in this video. So the first time that I say it is meaning that you guys are going to have to get your areas sketched up, your areas into the know, and your areas into the flight checks. Okay. So So that's the first thing. The second thing is making sure that your radio scanner communication areas are ready to go. So whenever you guys are making sure that your radio communication is ready to go, that means you guys are making sure that you guys have the right communication with the buses, the right communication with anything, just in case if any of that stuff comes into the note that you guys got to follow along. So the first thing is, so the first tip is making sure that those areas are using all those right communication rules. So the right communication rules are like the following: making sure nobody's talking on there, making sure that nobody is listening to that communication that shouldn't be. Well, if it's me, I like listening to communication just to be safe. But on this one, I like listening to the buses because the buses give out a really interesting communication. So just saying. So another thing is when the buses are using the communication, the buses are going around to go listen to it and like automatically go pick it out. So that's the first thing. So another thing to think about too is if those areas are being into the know of like all around radio scanner feeds, but the big radio scanner feeds does not listen to what's going on in those primary areas. That's the biggest thing to be notified on, and that's the biggest thing to be known about because those radio communications that you guys don't hear is probably some valuable information or what the police call it encrypted communication. That is because whenever they are doing like encrypted communication, that means you will hear this garble, okay? So whenever you guys hear this garble and you guys are using those garble to listen to it, to go look around at those similar areas. So that's the first thing. The second thing is making sure those areas are using this primary bypass into the know of like using it by checking it out, which is really kind of interesting. So, so another thing to think about too is when the radio communication is going all around to go like go check out, which is really kind of cool, is like number two. We talked about number one is the phrase "don't get into trouble on it." Number two is to always listen to the communication if the communication gets interesting. So sometimes on your radio on here, you will get this green light. This green light means you have found a control channel. That is what I'm waiting for on my radio right now. But at this location where I'm at, this radio location does not give a good update on that radio system that I myself am currently listening to. So whenever I listen to it, it gets out big bus number one, big bus number two, BT access one, BT access two. So like all those channels that are using them is automatically being informed, automatically being into the know, which is really, really, really kind of interesting. So, so, so another thing too is looking around at that communication and thinking about it. Sometimes that communication, kind of like this, when I turn you guys around to my computer for a minute, you guys see this? This right here is completely encrypted. So that means if that system goes to like encrypted, many different people won't be able to listen to it. Well, there are several different parks in several different areas, kind of like Kings Island is one of them, but looking at Cedar Point does not have any of that. From their security channel, their parking, their park services, their park operations, their resort shuttles and stuff. They even got Great Wolf Lodge, which Great Wolf Lodge you guys can listen to on there, which is really, really, really kind of interesting for like different people to be like into the know of like what in the world is going on in those areas. So another thing too to think about too is whenever you guys are like using that radio communication and you guys are automatically being into the know of like what's going on, the biggest ideas are being let known. The biggest ideas are being into the know of like what's going on. But the overall opinions are making sure that those areas are listening to the right channels at the right time. So that's the reason why I have one talk group for BT Access, another talk group for the Bloomington Transit Dispatch, and another one for mainly the radio communication all around the Bloomington area. So like the restaurants there, I have one for that. So another one is I get to know like what's going on in the kitchen. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys have, um, we are next week, next Wednesday, we are going to be at Holiday World in Splash and Safari in Santa Claus, Indiana. So please be advised. I am so excited about making a YouTube there. This is literally my favorite park in the United States because It is a small park. It houses the world's biggest roller coasters, and it does more stuff every single day there. So I hope you guys really enjoyed today. If you guys have any video ideas, anything like that, I would recommend you guys hit that subscribe button, ding that notification bell if you guys haven't already. And if you guys haven't, you're part of the 458 subscribers. Thank you so very much for choosing my channel. And thank you guys so very much. You guys are the ones that are making my channel great. Have a great day, you guys. In YouTube, I will see you in the next one.